Hi everyone, good morning. So I hope you all have your recipe booklets with you. Have you guys printed out or written the recipes for your reference during the class? So the first element that we are going to do is both the inserts in the cake. So by inserts I mean the jelly or the crème that goes inside the cake. That is what we are going to do first. Okay. So why we are going to do the inserts first is because by the time we finish the cake and come to the assembly part, we want these inserts to be nice and frozen so that we can use it and handle it easily. Okay, so just for the ease of use, we want the inserts to be frozen very well. Okay, so okay, great, perfect. So please turn to your recipe on the strawberry crème. Okay. So basically what is crème? Crème is something that is creamy and rich, right? So that is what is crème. So you don't have to get intimidated with fancy French names. Crème is basically anything creamy and rich is called as crème, alright? So turn to strawberry crème. And I'm going to quickly explain the recipe and then I'm going to go do the demonstration for you, okay? So we have strawberry puree and we have lemon juice, we have sugar, we have agar-agar and we have butter. So these are the ingredients for our strawberry crème, right? So what I'm going to do in a saucepan, I'm going to add the strawberry puree and I'm going to add the lemon juice together, okay? So with the sugar, I'm going to add the agar-agar. So agar-agar here, I'm using this brand called Urban Platter. Urban Platter can be used, Purix brand can be used, and there's another brand called CKS, okay? This also can be used. Any powdered form of agar-agar can be used, right? So I'm going to mix the agar-agar in sugar, right? I'll take all the ingredients out. So this is, can we switch to the top view? Yeah, so the strawberry puree and the lemon juice, both of them are in this container. I have the sugar here and I have the agar-agar here, okay. Now I'm going to take my saucepan . Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pour my strawberry puree along with my lemon juice. I've already squeezed the lemon juice into this. In case you don't find strawberry, you can even use cherry juice. Any berry that you have, you can use. You can use jamun. Jamuns are in season right now. They'll give you a beautiful purple, electric purple color. Just feel free to use local produce, okay? So here, I'm going to add my agar-agar to this sugar and then I'm going to close this dabba and I'm just going to mix it. Okay, I want the agar-agar to mix nicely in the sugar. Right? So I've mixed the agar-agar to the sugar. And I'm just going to add it to the strawberry puree. So any questions about this I'm going to be taking after finishing the recipe, okay? So I'm going to turn the induction on. I'm going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to bring this to a boil and then simmer it for about 15 to 20 seconds. So the way you activate agar-agar is to bring it to a boil and then simmer it, okay? Okay, so the results are showing that 31% of you guys are beginners, 54% are intermediate, 15% are expert. Lovely. That gives me an idea. Okay, so here, meanwhile, when this is heating, I'm going to show you how to prepare the rings for your jelly. So I have a 6-inch ring here, steel ring, which you can buy on Amazon. Okay, just search for mousse ring or steel rings for cakes. You'll get it in any local baking shop. or on Amazon you get it, okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cling wrap. Just take a good thick cling wrap and then I'm going to wrap the entire ring on either sides. Okay, so both sides have been cling wrapped, okay. It's nice and tight, right? Both the sides are taut, both the sides are nice and taut. They're very tight, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open out one side and I'm going to peel the cling wrap and wrap it like this. Just open out one side and you're going to place it on a board like this and keep it ready. Okay, so basically you will be pouring the jelly mixture into the ring and it's going to set like this in a disc shape. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here with another ring. And I am going to go back to my strawberry puree, sugar and the agar-agar. Okay. Keep whisking it. I want to see this come to a boil. Please hold your questions till I finish the recipe. I'll come back and I'll reply to everyone. Okay. Just a little patience is appreciated. Okay, so here you can see the strawberry puree has started boiling. Okay, so once it's come to boil, I'm going to reduce the flame and simmer it for 15 to 20 seconds. And you can see that the mixture is become very quite thick and very viscous. You can see that the bubbles are very nice and thick and viscous. Okay, that's when you know that the agar-agar has started activated. Okay, in case of using gelatin, you can use half the quantity of gelatin, right? And gelatin needs to be soaked in cold water and kept, and then you can add the gelatin after the puree comes to a boil. But I'm not going to explain too much here because I don't want to confuse everybody. Let's stick to what agar-agar is going to do for us. Okay, so here it's been simmered for 15 to 20 minutes and I can see how thick this mixture is, right? Excuse me. Okay, so this is done. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add this butter. The butter is going to give me a nice creamy feel to the cremo. Since there is no fat in the recipe, this butter is going to make it really nice and melt in mouth. Okay, I've blended it, whisk it in. And this is how it looks. Now since I've added the butter, the temperature of the puree has come down a little bit. Okay, so you can just swirl the pan a little bit like this, make it reduce the temperature a little bit more. Okay, you don't want to pour a really hot liquid onto the cling wrap, right? So you want to just decrease the temperature, swirl it around like this, and then I'm going to pour it into the ring. Okay, slowly. Okay. So the thickness that we are looking at of the insert is not more than 1 centimeter thick. Okay, not more than 1 centimeter thick. Right? So this is our strawberry cremo and this is going to go into the freezer to freeze nicely. Okay, so this is going to take another hour or so at least. Okay, so I'm going to pass this on to my people and they're going to put it in the freezer. I'm now going to move on to the next one, which is the mango compote. All right? Okay? So we'll move on to the mango compote. Please take out your recipe. Okay, so I have all the ingredients here, which is the mango puree. So this I have taken fresh mango puree from a local variety of mango, okay, called Imam Pasand. You can use Alfonso, you can use whatever is available to you, right? There's no problem. Great. So I have the mango puree and the lemon juice already squeezed out in this container. And then here I have the sugar and the agar-agar mixed together. Just like I said last recipe, I want to disperse it evenly. So I have mixed the agar-agar and the sugar here. And I'm also going to add few pieces or few cubes of mango to it, because I want some mouthfeel, some texture of the fruits in this one. Okay, so I'm going to add this mango puree and the lemon together. I love adding lemon to all my fruit compotes, coulis, these kind of jelly, cremo, compote, everything, because it really elevates the taste of the fruit that we are working with. Okay, so I'm going to add the sugar and the agar-agar together. The stove is not on at the moment. Okay, I'm going to mix this together. So basically agar-agar is a dehydrated format, right? So we need to rehydrate it. So in order to do that, mix it in the liquid that you want to set and then leave it for a few seconds, and then you turn on the stove whenever you use agar-agar. Okay, so what we are going to do here, very similar to the one we did with strawberries. We are going to bring this to a boil. We are going to simmer it. Okay, and then we are going to take it off the stove, add these beautiful pieces of mango cubes, and then we are going to set it in a ring like this. Yeah, you can zoom a little bit. Okay, is it zoomed in a little bit? Yeah. Okay, okay. It's running for you? Yeah, it's started. Okay, I'll come to the questions once I'm done with the recipe. Okay. I'm going to now bring this to a boil. And then I'm going to simmer it for some time. Okay, so the mango puree, the lemon puree and the sugar and the agar-agar, they've come to a boil. And I'm going to reduce the stove now and going to simmer it. Okay, so since it's mango puree, it's going to be quite thick already. Okay, so I'm just going to boil it for another 15 seconds and then take it off the stove, add the mango cubes. Okay, perfect. So I'm happy with the boiling. I'm going to add some mango pieces here. Just gonna mix this in. Okay, so in this heat, the mango cubes will also kind of soften out a little bit. Okay, and I also want the bite of the fruit in the compote that I want. Okay. Let's pour this out to our jelly ring. Okay, spread it out. Okay, now we are going to again freeze this. As I said, when we come to the icing and the assembly part, I want it to be frozen completely. Okay. So, agar, if you will see, agar will start setting at room temperature itself. Okay. The setting temperature of agar is going to be somewhere between 40 to 45. Okay. Depending on the grade of the agar, it will set maybe even like even earlier. Okay. So 40 to 45 degrees is when generally the agar sets. So for this reason, what you want to do is whenever you are working with agar, you got to keep everything ready and prepared for you. Okay. So this is the mango jelly. I'm going to show. Akash, can you switch to the top view? Okay. So this is how it looks. I'm going to now just transfer this to the freezer to freeze it completely. Okay. It needs to be solid disc when you want to use it after some time. Okay.